Hey everyone, so this is my final exam and I'll be answering these questions. So the first question is what skills you expected to gain from this class? So I expected to gain better communication skills, just to be less nervous whenever I'm speaking in front of a crowd, in front of an audience, and just learn the types of way of listening. So the next one is to listen to find terms, concepts from the interpersonal communication chapters that I will apply to my specific interpersonal communication interactions in the future. So the first one is psychological noise. Well, that happens when you think you're listening to someone, but you're really not because you're thinking about your personal concerns and what you're gonna do with with your homework and all these other things. I need to have less psychological noise and actually listen to the person. And the next one is nonverbal communication, which is messages expressed other than through linguistic means. And so when someone is speaking to me, I would have better posture and eye contact as well, and also the personal, social, and public distances that I learned from the book helps me understand the distances that is comfortable when speaking to someone. So the next question is to describe your strongest presentation as well as your classmates' one. So my strongest presentation was my informative speech because it was my most interesting one to me, and I felt that I informed everyone what esports is about. I used some citations that help support what I'm trying to talk about, and also I felt that there was not that much pausing that happened whenever I spoke compared to my other speeches, and I think that Kepa's persuasive speech was his strongest because he had good eye contact, good posture, and everyone could hear his voice, and he made the speech really easy to listen to and very interactive with the audience and just less tense whenever he spoke. The next question is what organization pattern did you use to organize your interview speech? So the pattern I used was the topic pattern, which is an organizing plan for a speech that arranges points in logical patterns, logical types, or categories. I organize my speech using categories of why. So why Sheldon or Michael Sugita wanted to be a lifeguard, how he became a lifeguard, and experiences that he experienced when he became one. And the next question is, what method of informing did you use in your informative speech? So I used describing, which is describing something, which is esports. I describe how esports became to be, how it grew and what it is now, and just describing exactly what esports is. So the next question is, what techniques did you use to get your audience to accutate your persuasive speech? So to get my audience to accutate, I used the desired outcome approach. I convinced my audience, try to convince them that time management is really important and that getting a planner can really help you manage your time better. And so I use the desired outcome that having time management and a planner can really give you success in college. And so the next question is to describe the techniques you use to make decisions and solve any problems that may have occurred in your group chapter presentations. Well, we didn't do group chapter presentations. So the next question is, how has your speaking skills improved over the course of this term? So my public speaking skills improved over the course of this term just by becoming more confident, less nervous whenever I spoke. I didn't really shake as much because back in the other classes when I had to give presentations, I would shake and just feel really nervous, and I didn't have that whenever I spoke in this class, and I just had better nonverbal communication skills, better posture, and more eye contact with the audience. So the next question is, what did your instructor write were your strengths? What did your classmates say that you did well consistently? So the strengths from the instructor was just good organization, good flow, eye contact was there, and voice inflection. My classmates said the same. They said that I was more confident whenever I spoke throughout my speeches. So the next question, what was your theme in areas for improvement from the instructor? Did you work on those from speech to speech? So the area of improvement was just having a better narrative connection. I didn't really show that in one of my speeches. And to just watch my use of nervous filters like for vocalized pauses. So when I got that feedback, I think I did better at trying to have a stronger narrative connection whenever I spoke in my last persuasive speech, and also I need to learn how to just stop using nervous fillers, and it's kind of hard, but it's just a way of pausing. I just need to learn how to pause without using or and like. And so my next question is, what do you think you could have done better in your performances? So I think I could have done better with just less pauses, and because when I pause, it just shows that I have lost my train of thought, and which I did at those times. And just overall, I just need to be more prepared whenever I have a speech, and just be more organized, because sometimes I feel like within my speeches I'd go all over the place. And so the last question is, what are your personal professional goals for the future? And to give an example of a time you think you may have to do an individual or group presentation, and how does this information you learned from this class have heuristic value? How can you use this information to help you improve your public speaking opportunities in the future? And so my personal goal is to become an accountant, and I might be doing presentations for the firm, just reporting about financials. So I might be having to do speeches there. And the information in this class has heuristic value because I learned a lot about the fallacies of speaking, which is approval, catastrophic failure, or overgeneralization and perfection. Approval meaning you think everyone should agree with your speech. Overgeneralization, just overgeneralizing what your speech is in the conclusion. Perfection, you think your speech has to be perfect, so you have to do it in a certain way. And so this information can help me to be better at communication and overall less nervous, and just show confidence in my speeches, as well as a better listener. So yeah, that's wraps up all the questions. Thank you.